Good morning, and welcome to Sunday Soul Talks with Lori Devitot. This week, being run by our subconscious thoughts is the message that seems to want to come through. Because I talked about it last week, about how so in all the spiritual circles, it talks about it's not about what happens in life. It's how you react to what happens in life. And the reactions come from what you're thinking, the attachment to thought and beliefs that you have subconsciously that you don't even know. So basically, this life journey is about uncovering all of that, those subconscious beliefs that you grabbed onto when you were young and you didn't even know. You only grabbed onto them or stored them as a belief about yourself to survive because you were afraid of life. It's safety for the me, the little me that you believe yourself to be, in all cases is looking for safety because it fears everything. The very first fear is, I'm not enough. So then all the different identities start coming up to try to hold up those beliefs that aren't true. We hook, line, and sinker, we don't even realize it. So, last week I was talking about when I was in my 20s and hi Nemo. I called you Jimmy this morning. Hi Nemo. When I was in my 20s, I had, subconsciously, I didn't know this, but subconsciously I believed that I settled. That was the talk around. I've heard other people say, you settled, and that little thought would go in and be lodged in there, deep in the recesses of the subconscious mind. So when the guy at work started feeding this ego, saying things like, you drive a Standard? And that made my ego, I love you. I love you, student. Thank you for being here, Jimmy. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for dropping by. Anyway, so I ended up seriously thinking that those butterflies and the way this guy was, and I'm not saying he's a bad guy at all, but life had it so there was an attraction. Didn't have to mean anything, but Lori's subconscious mind was being fed. The ego was being fed because he was saying things that would make it validating it, because driving a Standard was not a big deal. But then when he said, you drive a Standard? Oh, Oh, yes, I do. And I sold that car after 200,000 miles, over 200,000 miles. It was a Pontiac Grand Am 5-speed, and it had the original clutch. Over 200,000 miles. That ain't ego. It's okay. I'm very proud of that. That was like something anyway. So back then it was feeding the ego and all the little things that he would say about what I was wearing. Things like that don't even, when you've been married and been with someone for a very long time, that's not even, although Peter's still like this morning, he's like, he still thinks I'm all that after all these years. But it was just in the grind of raising kids, doing what you are supposedly meant to do. I started questioning, is that what love is? Good morning, Carlos. Hola. So about all those butterflies and the anticipation of seeing him every day, and I started dressing for him. All the while I'm married. I could see that was making me excited to go to work instead of the humdrum of work. That was making me... So I started questioning, is this what love is? Is that what love is? And the thought, there was literally thoughts of leaving Peter and my boys. They were 10 and 6 at the time. Thoughts of actually walking out that door and not being mom and wife anymore. What? That's how superficially I was living. That's how superficially I was living. I had no idea until my boss said to me, I didn't realize how shallow you were. Shallow? Shallow? Am I shallow? I remember going to the guy and saying, he called me shallow. He goes, you're not shallow. But he didn't realize either. When you're surfacely living, feeding that ego, and there's no depth there. There's no depth. So, this is where I didn't go last week, which I wanted to. I had a young boy. I was really close with his girlfriend, and they had 2 kids together, and she had found out that he had been cheating on her for 5 years, and she didn't know it. And she was devastated. And the blame came out, and the shaming, and a lot of... So I started talking with him because he did not do anything wrong. And I know that's going to trigger the ego, because I was talking with somebody yesterday. I was at the beach with Jeannie yesterday, and she's like, he didn't do anything wrong? No, he did not. The way he was thinking and believing, it was not, she's not a victim of him. I talked to him he was devastated. And I got it. Because of having been there, I got him. I was able to hold him in the space of, there's nothing wrong with you. And I got to show him that he was getting away with it. His ego was being fed by this little secret, makes you feel alive, and that you're special, and you're sought after. You got this little secret. That's what the ego loves. That little me wants to feel special. All the time it's looking to feel special. No one is special, or everyone is special. You know how we look to the stars, or the spiritual leaders, that they're special, they've got something I don't have? It's not true. It's not true. The people that you think are special are no different than you. no different than you. There is no specialness. That's all from the little me that needs to feel alive. It needs validation, adoration. It needs that to feed it, to feel alive. That's why it's so hard to sit with yourself and just be with all those thoughts. Because the original thoughts are, I'm not good enough, something's wrong with me. Those are prevalent. So this week, okay, so the guy, I was able to help through this time in his life where he was devastated. He really wanted to be with his girlfriend, with the mother of his 2 kids, but that was just a side thing. He was getting away with it to make him feel alive, because he didn't feel it. And it's only temporary. That aliveness, actually, I know someone who went on 10 years with this secret. She even left her husband and still had this, because he was still married. But they still kept this thing going, and she finally let it go. But that ego gets attached to something, a thing, a car, a house, money, another person, to make it feel to make it think it's special. You have to own cars or own house or to feel special. I've got this, and they don't even use them. A lot of times they don't even use the car. Like, think about, what's his name? Jay Leno has so many cars. He can't even use them. You can't use them. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to have them. But if you have to have something that you cannot part with it. Good morning, Sandy. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. All of you, thank you for being here. Now, I don't know who's here unless you say something. It just has a number up there. And it's so weird because it says only 4 people are here. And then when I get off the thing, there's 100 people that watched it. It says 100. What? So I can't look at that stuff. I see my mind going there, though. Anyway, so talking about seeing your mind going there, this week, there was a day we're doing, at school, we're doing tie-dye towels. They bought towels for all of the kids and us teachers. And we put masking tape. They put masking tape with our names on the towels. And then we all tie-dyed them. We sprayed them the way we wanted to make them for Water Day, which is coming on Friday. So we did them, and they had to sit in the sun and bake, and if we had taken them and put them in the wash, it just would have made mud. We had to rinse them out on the field. Good morning, Kim. Thank you for being here. So we rinsed them out on she said I was going to be part of the rinsing out the towels till they run clear. Then we wash them and dry them. So I wore a dress, which I've worn many times. I've not worn a dress to the school at all because it's freezing in the school. But she said you need to wear something because I had already gotten on a new shirt that Christina gave me. I got blue tie-dye on it. It's a very light turquoise colored shirt. And I got blue tie-dye on it. I might tie-dye the whole thing. I don't know. I washed it. It's not as noticeable. To me it is because I know it's there. So anyway, there it is. Worrying about being humiliated was the theme of the week this week. So I wore this dress, and when I was walking in, so it comes above my knee, but it has a lot of tassels that go down below the knee. And as I was walking into the school, I happened to glance down, and the thought came, this it's too short. This is inappropriate, Kane. Okay? This is how life works. I went into the school. Everything was fine. I saw the girls. Nobody mentioned anything. None of the teachers mentioned anything. But when we went to go get the kids, the one that wants me to adopt her, she said, "Do you have shorts under that dress?" And I said, "No. Should I?" She goes, she does, yes. Like I was going to be spreading my legs. I don't know. So that was the first little ding, ding, ding in Lori, the little me's head. So then it wasn't even half an hour later. One of the girls, "Good morning, Margie. Thanks for being here." Anyway, so the next woman said something about somebody wearing something inappropriate to school. So then Lori's mind was on high alert with Kiara saying that first, and then Miss Brittany saying that. And then we get back to the class, and I'm not even going outside. Miss Ralston says, Miss Brittany does, she's taking everything away from me. I'm going to be part of this. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm in charge of the class, and I'm doing my word search, because that's what we do. Second period, we're doing word searches. It's awesome. Awesome. I can't even believe I get paid well to do. Anyway, so the next thing, I come into my thoughts. Those thoughts are coming in because they're outside doing it, and I'm inside. And I'm thinking, the whole thought process was, they're talking about me. That little me thinks everything is about it. So they're talking about me. They're talking about this. They're going to come in and they're going to tell me that I'm inappropriate. And all of this was going on. I could feel the heat in this body, because whatever you're thinking, your body has to play out. Your body is reacting. It's body follows mind. Body follows mind. That's what I learned at Byron Katie's. And it's so clear to me now. As the thoughts of embarrassment or Lori's not safe, Lori's going to be humiliated, whatever. Oh, I was literally sitting there doing my word search going, what the? Watching these thoughts and this body reacting to the thoughts. Holy, it was powerful. But then they came in and none of that happened. Nobody said anything negative. The rest of the day but there was still that stewing in there. So I got to sit with it when I got home and feel into what this is all about. So what I found out was, when I was young, so true, right? I'm so glad you can resonate with this, Kim, because it's powerful. When I got to the bottom line, sitting with it, I got to realize, I was talking with my chat GPT and saying how, and he said something about safety and how the little me, the Lori character, needs to feel safe at all costs. It's not safe because it's not good enough. Something's wrong with it, so it's got to be safe. Well, it was unsafe. With all of that pointing, all of those little pointers from other people, because the other people are us out there. It's really us, life telling you to go inside and find out why I'm feeling so. God, good morning, Alicia. It says Alicia Faye is watching. So, as I found out that it was at my cousin Tanya's wedding. I must have been around 10. Not exactly sure the timing, but I was young. And Mom bought Angie and I dresses, but she didn't have she didn't have the money to get us shoes. So she bought us these little slipper type things. These cheap little slipper type thing for shoes. They were cloth and they were just slip-ons. And my younger, actually it was my cousin Renee, who's younger than me, said to me, "What do you have on your feet? What is..." And that shame was stored in this body. Humiliation, shame. There's something wrong with me. That's where that all came from. So I was able to tie that together to how this Lori character needs to actually, she put herself in this situation because I'm asking, show me. I want to see what's subconsciously here. I want to see it all because it's freedom when you actually see it. Then it doesn't run the show anymore. Then if embarrassment or humiliation comes, okay, it's not force. It's not for little Lori doesn't need to fight anymore or try to be safe. Because the love that I am doesn't need any kind of safety. It doesn't have any belief that there's something wrong with it. That's only the little me that we believe ourselves to be. The label, Lori, Alicia, Kim, Sandy, Margie. That's not who we are. That's the little me that is trying to get through life without being disturbed. How's that working for you? Boy, there was so much disturbance on that day. Oh, my God. But it turned out to be a huge seeing. A huge sitting and seeing. Freedom. You feel it, Kim? Ooh. Ooh. When I come to Maine, I want to be, when we get... Maybe we could get together at Jody and David's one of the nights. I would love... Good morning, Cowman. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that shame. It's the little me carries that shame and always thinking it's doing something wrong. It's not. It's not doing anything wrong. Everything that when you're uncomfortable, you're feeling shame or humiliation or embarrassment, you know you're attached to that me. That's not the love that you are. It will never. That's why they say love conquers all. Because, and I don't like the word conquer, but as you realize, as you take on that, good morning, Cynthia. When I get like that, I sweat and get anxiety. It's exactly, take a breath. Take a breath, Kim. As soon as you feel that anxiety, right there, you know that you're coming from that little me. Can you soothe it? Just tell it, it's okay. That's my number one. My sister-in-law even, I haven't said it in a long time, but tell her or him, it's okay. If there's a bunch of thoughts going on, because they're going to, when you have a negative thought or a thought of the me, like that, starting with the girl saying, do you have shorts on underneath that dress? And all that shame, and then the inappropriate, all of that started the ball rolling of the little me feeling shame, embarrassment. Why did I wear this? All of, like I've done something wrong. It's not true. It's not true. I can't stress enough. It's not true. It's just the little me trying to be safe. But it's never going to feel safe. It's just not. The only safety is realizing the love that you are. The pure essence that makes all of this work that we're not separate from. The aliveness in the body. identifying with the me is what causes all the reaction to life. When you, as you hear this message and the little me gets seen, the 10-year-old Lori got that shame from those shoes I was wearing that were not good enough. That's where the embarrassment and shame started coming. I mean, I'm sure there was more leading up to that, but that was a big one for Lori, was wearing shoes that weren't acceptable to the others, but it really was Lori's absolute perfection in this dream of separation from the love that you are, the essence that you are. That's what's called the dream. The little me, it's dreaming all of this. All of that dream of shame and embarrassment was none of it was reality. None of that was reality. This body was going through all of that shame and embarrassment and all of that for nothing. For nothing. I say it's for nothing, but it was for Lori's more awakening, because I saw that shame. I saw now when the contraction and the anxiety and feeling ick inside, just because of what I'm wearing, it's going to be seen quicker. It's going to be seen. Oh, I'm attached to the me. It's okay. Take a breath. Come back to it's okay. Soothe her or him. Be your biggest cheerleader, not your shamer. I mean, those thoughts are repetitive, and it started when you were young, feeling like you couldn't do anything right by the adults that were around you. Usually your parents were the biggest ones, and then the teachers carry on that too. You can't do it right in school. Bleh. And also the refuse to definitely seeing quicker. Yes. When you become aware of the thoughts, the subconscious thoughts, and come back to the me, the real, the truth of who you are, not the me. When you breathe and get out of those thoughts and soothe that little boy or girl. Let her or him know you've got his or her back. Letting go's much easier, not hanging on to the thoughts. Yes, Kim, because those thoughts are just coming and going. They're not you. You're the one, you can see them. Who's that? That can see the thoughts, who is aware of the thoughts. Awareness is, are you noticing? That's what Katie always said. Byron Katie, are you noticing the thoughts? When you're feeling uncomfortable in your body, it's because you're believing the thoughts that aren't true, and your body's letting you know. Anyway, I've been able, because of what I went through in the past, with that whole thing with thinking I was going to take off with this other guy, and I was able to help others along the way and showing them that when you're thinking and believing these thoughts, it can't be any other way. It can't be. So when you say, I shouldn't have done that in the past, if you were thinking that way, how could it be any different? The only time it could be any different is if you're seeing the thoughts. That's how we grow. That's how growth happens. Because we take on this little me, and then we need to protect this little me. We think we need to protect him or her from the outside, but we're really only protecting it from our own judgment of ourselves. I was judging myself, and the outward manifestation was validation. Validation for those thoughts. Shouldn't you be wearing shorts under there? Or inappropriate attire? There was a third thing. just pointing right back here. I was judging myself. We're always judging. That we have a virtual judger inside of us telling us we're doing something wrong. We're not. Ever. It's not possible to do life wrong. If you could just keep that, take it on as a belief until you come to the love that you are. I'm not doing it wrong. And nobody else is doing it wrong either. We're all walking each other home. Whatever somebody else says or does about you, it does to you or whatever, you think you're a victim of them, that's your temple bell. Let it be your temple bell. Okay. Use them. Use the person who's seemingly judging you. Like the girl that told me I should have shorts and the other one saying I could, normal, if in the past, it would have been, I don't like him or her. I don't want to be around. That's not Lori's M.O. anymore. M.O.? Is that what it is? It's about using it to learn about myself to get free. You're not going to get free by blaming somebody else for how you're feeling. Ever. Most people blame somebody else for how you're feeling. That person that delivered that message was perfect to get me to see where Lori felt or believed that she was dressed inappropriately. I didn't even realize it was in there. It was in there, obviously, because all those pointings were out there to point it. If I judged them for saying something to hurt me, because that's what it would be if I wasn't open to learning about myself, of learning about Lori. 3 fingers are pointing back here. Always. Take a breath. If I didn't start questioning why I needed this other guy to validate the little Lori, I wouldn't have started questioning, is this what love is? That infatuation feeling, is this what love is? Because that doesn't stick around. It doesn't. It goes away, and there becomes a comfortableness with your partner. There are things that crop up because your partner is your best wake-up call. Your best. Just don't let your mind, refuse to let your mind judge or blame them for hurting you, because they cannot hurt you. You're hurting you, and they are just the outside manifestation showing you where you're already hurting yourself. Refuse to let your mind blame them. This is where right? They're your mirror. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. They are your best mirror. That's exactly the word I needed. They are your mirror. Now, you can fight and blame that mirror all you want, but you will not grow. You will not grow if you are blaming the other person for hurting you. They are your gift to get, if you are committed to growing, because you can continue blaming them. And as you blame them, it's just another body will come in and do it for you because it's not in them. It's in you. That's why you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to honor the self. Honor it. Love it. Even through the embarrassment, the shame, or whatever. Anything you react to in life negatively, right there, you know that they're waking up something in you. They're waking up that little me, showing you what that's the ego right there. Because the love that you are, it goes right through. Whatever's said to embarrass you, hurt you, whatever, it goes right through. There's no hurt in love. There's zero hurt in love. And you are that love, really. You aren't the body and all those thoughts. That's what causes all the pain, but it's the pain is there for you to wake up to this message. Coming back to the love that you are. Because that love, it just washes right through. I needed to hear this. I'm still trying to let go of the pain from my husband from so many years ago. He did not cause any pain. Kim, he was your gift to show you where you're thinking and believing there's something wrong with you or you're not good enough. He's your gift. Can you look at it that way? If you are just, all you have to do is be a little bit willing. Remind that little me that you believe yourself to be, that is connected to the I'm not enough. It's going to fight. It wants to fight. The love that you are doesn't have to fight anything. If somebody seemingly hurt you, that was for you. The hurt was in you already. They are your gift, getting you to see the pain. Thank you. An honest thank you. Because that pain isn't reality. It's just waking you up. If you're open to this message, it's waking you up to the love that you are, or getting you to see that pain, your body, if it's in pain, physically or mentally, well, it's connected. You know, that's your temple bell. Let it use it. Let it show you. Let it. When you hold somebody else responsible for your pain, you will keep a wall inside against them. But the wall is living in you. It's keeping your heart behind the wall, and that's the love. Your heart is in a cage. A cage of blame. A cage of blame. That cage is yours, not theirs. I get it. Yes, you were hurt already. And you don't. He's your gift to show you the hurt that's already within. If you want to talk about this, call me. I'm not going to the beach today. I'm free. I will. If you. Oh, Billy said, if you punch somebody in the mouth. I can't see it. Oh, wait, maybe I can on my computer. Hang on. See, Billy said he was here, but it doesn't show. He says, so you're saying if I punch somebody in the mouth, it's their own fault. Okay, that's coming from the ego, right? You're only going to punch somebody in the mouth if you're coming from your pain, right? And if it was meant to be for that, nothing is by accident here, Billy. Nothing is accidental. Everything is happening for you to awaken to the love that you are. Nothing is by accident. I'm telling you, it is so precisely perfect for you, not to you. You are not a victim. That not a grain of salt. I say Fort Myers Beach sand is out of place. And you know, Billy, you know how fine Fort Myers Beach sand is. Very fine. Nothing is out of place here. God, life, whatever's running this show, beating your heart and blowing that palm tree, it doesn't make a mistake. Ever. There are no mistakes. When Byron Katie first woke up, there's a reason for everything. Okay, yes. Now the mind has taken that on. There's a reason for it. There is. Everything is happening for you, not to you. If you believe you're a victim, that means somebody out there is hurting you. That's not the way it really is. It really is they're waking up the pain that's in you. And the number one pain with identifying as this body and this label, Lori, Billy, Kim, is there's something wrong with me. I'm not enough. That's the bottom line to every subconscious mind believing it's a person, it's a me. And then it has to go through life fighting. It's constantly fighting what is when everything is exactly the way it's meant to be for your awakening. It's meant to be. And you can fight it and blame somebody, or you can open up and say, it's okay. If there's something that you're fighting in life right now, you're just fighting against it. I don't want this. I don't want this. Breathe. Come back to now. Because right now is the only reality. Right now is the only reality. The rest is thought. He did this to me. How? Okay, so say something happened to you. Say somebody punched me in the mouth. Okay? If I blame that person for punching me in the mouth, each time a thought of that person comes up, oh, he did this to me. Okay, so he punched me in the mouth once. How many times did I punch me in the mouth? By repeating it, by blaming him and keeping it alive inside. Constant. I mean, every time you think of that person, there's another hurt. There's another punch in the mouth. Maybe not physically, but mentally and emotionally, because your body reacts to, ooh, they are. How many people are you blaming in the past for doing something to you? I was always on the defensive. For me, I get it now. That little me, it just wants to be loved. Can you love you? Can you love that little me? Have you ever looked in the mirror and said, I love you? Yes, I'm hurting me. Always. Always. The outside is just a manifestation of those thoughts. The outside is showing you where you're thinking and believing there's something wrong with you. You're beneath everybody else. That's not true. And a lot of times it will use, your mind will use money. Society has started. It's made us believe that safety is in having a lot of money. Or because you're worthy if you have a lot of money. If you don't work or if you don't make a lot of money, you're beneath. After the scam, $30,000 was gone. I didn't even realize I had $30,000 to go. I still can't believe how that. Because if Lori had heard of a scam happening to somebody else before it happened here for $30,000, there would have been, oh my God, please don't let that happen to me. Oh my God. You know what? It was the best thing. I could not blame Frank. I didn't know him. I did not have I had a picture of somebody. That's not who he was. He was pretending to be that. Life made it so I couldn't blame him because I didn't know who he was. That's what I'm saying. Life puts you in the situations perfectly for you, not to you. You are not a victim. And as you resonate with this message, watch life change. Just notice the little differences. Don't let your mind blame somebody. Don't let it. That your mind, that little me, it's so easy to blame somebody else. It's a pattern of thought. Patterns of thought in your head. trying to make the little me safe. It doesn't need safe. It thinks it needs safety. Especially when you hear this message, because it's on its way out. That little me that you're identified with is on its way out. Sorry. If you are getting this, even a little bit willing to get this, that little me that's causing all this is on its way out. And it is going to go kicking. That's why the scam happened. Because I'm committed to seeing through this dream. Committed. And I'm using everything that feels uncomfortable. Sitting. What is it? What is it that's caused it? Because I'm refusing to blame. If I blame somebody else, 3 fingers. 3 powerful fingers are pointing back here. It ain't them. Those 3 different things happened to show me what I was thinking and believing about that skirt being inappropriate. And little Lori not being safe and being humiliated, being embarrassed. Embarrassment is the worst feeling, one of the worst feelings for the me. It's so scared of being humiliated. It's got to be exactly. Oh, I remember the third thing. There was something on my nose, a white something on my nose. I didn't know it. So Kira, same girl that said I did have shorts on underneath my dress, she goes, and automatically it's like, what? So I'm thinking there's a bug on my nose. Okay. I'm going to the mirror when this chat is over. I'm listening. I'm getting it. I appreciate you. So I appreciate you. Because this is how it's going to change. Because you will be different in your world. Anyway, there was something. It turns out it was a piece of skin. I actually took my phone out and I saw the little white chunk there. And it's not going away. So I'm like, what the? It was a piece of skin. Well, I could feel the rush of humiliation. Oh, there's a bug. She's going. Oh my God. There were 3 things that were pointing to humiliation or embarrassment or that whole, to be free of that. That is a huge pattern of thought. Big one. Oh my God, Kim. You are totally ready and willing for this message. And it is a beautiful thing to see, girlfriend. You're like me when I used to be listening to others saying, I was the one with, oh my God, ahas left and right with all these, it's the best. And I am not there. I don't even know if there's a done. Some of them say there's a done, but then others say there isn't. It's a lifelong journey. At this point, I don't care. It's just fun. I know the more the little me, because it can't take anything personally. If it does take something personally, I know to look in. But the freedom of not taking stuff personally, I can't even tell you. The joy, the innate joy that we are as we were when we were kids. When we were little, we were just joy-filled beings. I mean, there were things that would come up and there would be we'd get over it. There was no hanging on to. Because there is no memory to a certain age. And there's no future. And there's no awareness. There's no there's no idea of the world and what's terribly going wrong in the world. Nothing's going wrong. Nothing. And you'll see it. You'll see it more and more as you go. It's such a beautiful thing. And that's what my passion, as you can tell, It's my passion in life to share this message because it's freed Lori up. And to feel Kim's awakening. I mean, listen, like I say, I do not charge for anything at all because the joy I get from somebody getting this, please, no amount of money could ever, no amount of money could make Lori feel the way she feels when somebody is getting this. When somebody is coming back to the trueness, the love that you are. Even my girlfriend who's doing very well in her business. She's manifesting. I don't know about manifesting. Anyway, she is doing very well. You know, selling her book, and she had an issue this week and called me, and I was able to bring her back. She was in her head. Bring her back with a few words. Back to now. Where there's nothing wrong. Where there's this is the only reality is now. The only reality is now. The past, what she did, they did to me is gone. It's gone. It's living in thought. And the future of doom, oh my God, what's going to happen? That's gone. That's all thought. It's out there. You ain't ever going to touch a thought. Now is the only reality. There are 0 problems now. 0. There isn't a problem in the now. That's why when you breathe and come back to the heart, the love that you are, nothing's wrong. Nothing is wrong in now. It's only that little me that thinks it's gotten hurt by blah, blah, blah. And it holds on to it. And it goes back to it. When the image of them or her or him comes in your head, that victim, that contraction, your body knows. So grateful I can come here and chat. I am too. Because I learned this. I got to be awake to this through all the trials and tribulations of my life. So to pass it on, that's how, coming from that subconscious mind, that little me, when you know that you don't have to, when you know that there's a different way, there's no depression, there's no sadness in joy. In order to feel joy, they say you have to feel sadness, but that joy was us when we were young, when there was no beliefs about anything. There was no beliefs. There was no little me. It was just starting. There's no shame in a little 2-year-old when you could call him every name in the book. What's the worst name you could call somebody? Derogatory name. It doesn't hurt them at all because they don't have attachment to any label yet. But we have the attachment to that label, Lori, Bill, Cynthia, Kim. We have an attachment to that label. That's me. And if you hurt me, I'm gonna all that I'm gonna is living in your body, not theirs. Look at them as your gift instead of just be a little bit willing to look at them as your gift. It's only the little me that wants all that fight. And it's gonna keep, each time an image of the person that seemingly hurt you, every time that image comes up, it's gonna keep being uncomfortable in your body till you're a little bit willing to look at it and realize that Your freedom is right there if you refuse to blame them and you thank them, or him or her or whoever. Thank them. You don't have to thank them to their face. Just thank them within. Because that right there will knock that ego down a little bit, that little me. It will knock it down a little bit just by being willing to say, thank you. And if you can send them love, instead of, because immediately when you think about them, the contraction happens in the body. If you can take a breath and come from the love that you are, even if you don't feel love for them, what I did with certain people is imagining my heart and their heart connected. Even if you don't feel it yet, when you picture your hearts connected, which they really are, they're really not even, that love that you're sending them, you're feeling that love in your body instead of the resentment and the anger and the faults. It will be within for now. Yes. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. That's being a little bit willing. That's being just a little bit willing, because that mind, it's so hurt. It's so hurt, and it doesn't realize it's made of hurt. It's literally made of hurt. That's what it is. And it's just trying to stay behind the wall, being safe, because they're going to hurt me. The love that you are cannot be hurt. It cannot be hurt. It just goes right through whatever is happening. Ooh, this was so good. Ooh, I feel it. I feel this is powerful. For me, for little Lori too. Last week when I watched it back, I had a smile on my face the whole time watching it. It was powerful too last week for Lori. Really powerful. Last week's and now this week's too. But I was smiling. Because I find the judgment that I see Lori judging the way she looks, the way she talks, she might say something wrong. The best. Yeah. Thank you for being that mirror, Kim. Thank you for being my mirror. Lori's mirror. It's a beautiful mirror. All right. Thank you all for being here this beautiful Sunday. If you know of anybody else, share it. I'm going to put it on YouTube. If you know of anybody, share it with them. The more we get this message out, the less blame. Can you imagine everybody coming from the love that they are instead of that fearful little me? Whew. I love you because you are me. Thank you, Cynthia. Next week, Sunday Soul Talks. Over now.